Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Um, Today we're just gonna play some King of Fighters 15. So, yeah, if you'd like to stay in chat, you can. If not, that's cool too. If you just want to watch or you want to click off the video even, that's totally up to you. But, so yeah, we're just gonna play around a little bit. I love this game. It's a pretty good game. Good series too. I grew up with it. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. So let's get into it. Hey Sherry, how is it going? How is it going? Good, 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 good. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Trying to think of who we. I think. Bam. 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 That's what we're going with.
The King of Fighters を開催する。諸君らの参加を心待ちにしている。以上、アナスタシ
ア。速報です。前回の大会から存続が危ぶまれていたザ・キングオブファイターズの開催が発表されました。今大会の主催は前大会後に失脚退職となっているアントノフ氏に代わり、新しく代表取締役に就任したアナスタシア氏となります。すでに世界中のファイターへの招待状は送付されているとのことです。クレメンス・テラビーのマーシャル名犬、チャンネルはそのままで。
ってわけだ。お前もおもり頑張れよ。何がってわけだよ。他人に押し付けた。
Yeah, I love it too. It's really good series. Like I said, I prefer playing a lot of these in Japanese, for unedited, 100%, dialogue, but there's translation issues in a lot of games, but I don't know about this one in particular. I'm not saying this one in particular has. I haven't noticed anything, so.
言っとくけど、リーダーは私だからな。そこんとこ勘違いすんなよ。
なんだよ。Select order.
Okay, let's get going.
And we're off. Which team will bring the heat?
Yes, I will. Obviously, yes. I'll
She's
use.
a pirate who sailed the seven seas. Give it up for the Leland Knights leader, B. Jenny.
面白くなりそうね。
She's so hot.
Round one. Ready? Go!
I'm still learning combos on some of this stuff, so yeah, we're just kind of playing for fun. I don't really care what the people think or whatever.
Round 2. Ready? Go! Player 1 wins 2 rounds in a row. Round 3. Ready? Go!
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Terry, 100%. So how are you doing anyway? Okay.
They absolutely thrashed their opponent in that match. Winner!
何度挑もうと今のあなたではこの力量差を覆すことなどできはしません。
Hey, how's it going? Alright, alright. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's good.
Your next challenger is Team Art of Fighting! Her good looks are backed up by her ability to kick tail. You won't know whether to block low or high. King.
かかっておいで、baby.
Round 1. Ready?
Yes, I did want Athena. Yes, I did.
Player 2 won't give up that easy.
Man, I really need to learn a lot of these combos. I'm not gonna lie. I only know combos for a couple of characters that I use like all the time.
Reach for the top. Ready? Go!
Dang it. It depends on the character. I mean, like, it seems like Elizabeth is really hard to learn some combos with, to be honest. Like,
Reach for the top. Ready? Go!
dang it.
なめんなや。流撃
Yeah, I do not know much combos with this character at all.
If you want to know how to win, this is the person to ask. Winner!
無敵竜だと呼ぶにふさわしい戦いでした。極限流の使い手とこうして手合わせできたこと、感謝します。
Select order. Shingo!
Hello, hello, how's it going, Avery? Hope you're having a good night. Play how you want. Yeah, that's what I do.
Is he finally worthy of the Kusanagi mantle?
How have you been, Avery?
Master with a blazing fire in his heart. Shingo Yapi.
できる限りの精一杯を。
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Great. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. I'm happy you're doing good. I think I got you on Discord, right? Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you can message me on there anytime, man. Don't be afraid to message. I don't message first all the time because I'm trying to find like real friends, you know. So I would like if they message first sometimes too, you know. So.
Now or never. Ready? Go!
無駄ですよ。
Come on. I think we got this on like the easiest level possible. I think I didn't even look, y'all. I think I was doing that to try to learn some combos actually last time.
帝国通り格闘家たちの全力をかけた戦いの場工作する思いが集う経営
Yeah, Athena is
あなたたちがバースというものの実体化に必要な力の発生源バースってあの化け物だろあいつは一体
I like her a lot too, the pink girl.
私たちは古くからの教えに従いリバースと呼んでいる本来ならこの世に現れるはずがないのだけれどアッシュクリムゾンの一件で世界の隔たりに歪みが生じた
So did anybody hear about REverse? It's gonna be completely shut down in June. Like it's an online only multiplayer Resident Evil game that you got if you bought Resident Evil Village, which is like Resident Evil 8. But yeah, it's actually going kaput. Like you can play King of Fighters 15 again. Yeah, it's a very good game. But yeah, it's like it's going kaput. Like I guess because like there's no player base. Like I know even when like the game was going, like even when it like first came out, like it would take forever. Like even worse than Resistance. Resistance still has a lot of people on it. It's just trying to get you in a lobby is the hard part. But like yeah, REverse though, like to be honest with you, I've only played one match on that game. That's all I could ever get. I could never get into another match with anybody. So I was like, you know what? I gave up. You know, and that has been like a year ago. But it doesn't honestly shock me that the game is dead. It doesn't, because it's like, you know, when RE Village came out, like, you know, the REverse was supposed to be available at launch, and nope, it went on a year, 2 years. Still nothing, you know, on REverse. Still nothing. Like you couldn't play it. And then it finally came out to where you could play something, right, on it. And then it was like, by that time, it was like, yeah, it did really bad, apparently, because I heard a lot of the stuff that was in the game, like, as far as like game mechanics and stuff like that, didn't do too well either. But another thing too, like, it was kind of a shame because like they barely had any characters on there, like, and it was some of the most bizarre characters, like the heroes, for instance, like that was good and all, like, you know, you had Jill, Claire, you know, you had some good heroes on there, but on the villain side of things, total disaster. Like the villain list that you could play as was like so crap. Like it barely had any villains. You know, like the best one was supposed to be, I think, like his name, shoot, was it Jack? I think maybe the guy from RE7. I can't remember if his name was Jack or something else. But yeah, that was like the best one that you could play as, and I don't know, it's kind of odd because, like, why didn't they put, like, you know, Mr. X on there or something? Yeah, actually, yeah, that guy was, yeah, Jack Baker, I think his name was. I think that was his name from 7. I didn't really care for 7, so, but, I think they should have added, like, Mr. X in there, or, you know, somebody that was, like, really fun to go against, obviously, because, you know, I hate to say it, but Jack Baker, come on now, you're gonna have to do better than that, like, you got me there. Or William Birkin? Yeah, dude, yeah. William Birkin, honestly, if William Birkin was in the game, I would have probably just played as him a lot of the time, like, you know. But, yeah, it's not, you know. I mean, he's in Resistance. You can play as him in Resistance, but it's like, you know, I don't understand. Like, you know, they let this game die, like, literally. You know, like it was even dead when it came, like pretty much when it came out. It's like, you know, I tried for months to like get in matches and stuff, and nope. You know, I only ever got to get one match done, and then like I got into another one, and then nope, the match was canceled because the player left. You know, it was like that would be like a very bad problem on there. And you know, you could find like a couple of matches, but I've only ever done one full match because every time I ever tried to get into another one, it would eventually take forever, and then bam, you'd find a match, and then come to find out 2 minutes into the game, bam, a player left. Now you will return back to the main menu. So it's like, you know, yeah, so it's like, you know, I thought that was pretty disappointing, but I can honestly see why it's going out in June. I'm surprised it lasted as much as it has, to be honest. Like, I'm really shocked. Because the game honestly had good potential. Like, I mean, it had potential there. Like, to be honest with you, you couldn't even like do hardly anything on there. Like, you know, most people would find themselves doing like practice matches, like, you know, like where you just do training or something. And you know, it's like, it's supposed to be an online game. Why not, you know, why not just, you know, keep trying to find a match? But you couldn't, because they would either just A, leave, or B, you just couldn't find one. And it just, I don't know, and the thing is like, the game, if the game still is going on, let's just say that it didn't go out in June, but it is going to though, it's not worth playing. Like, it really honestly isn't. Like, because the thing with it is, like, you know, all the people that's on the like the bad team, like, yeah, it's total crap roster, total crap. Like, I don't understand. Like, I want to know who the hell came up with that kind of crap roster for an online multiplayer Resident Evil game. Like, especially one where it's like the heroes versus some villains. Like, really? Like, that could have been something really good, y'all. That could have been something really nice, you know, but for some reason somebody decided, hey, let's put a crappy villain roster on the game. Like, it's like, yeah, you know, there's way better people you could have added. Way better people you could have added, you know. And it's like, some of these people, like, I don't even know why they made it into the game to be part of the villain roster. That's what I don't understand, because you like, that one, I'm trying to think of his name, crap, dang it, what's his dang name? Oh, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna bring him up here, yeah, here we go. So, as far as like the bad people you could play as, okay, you got like the Fat Mold, that's part of 7, Hunter Y, Gamma, don't know why that's in there, Jack Baker, 7, you know, Nemesis, that was the only good villain they put in there, to be honest. And then they got like Super Tyrant, you know, and that is it. That is it. Now, I'm going to read you the survivors, and I'll tell you, this is a way better roster. So you got Chris Redfield, obviously, Jill Valentine, Leon S. Kennedy, Clara Redfield, Ada Wong, and Hunk. So it's like, you know, the Survivors team, perfect. That was perfect. But, like, you give us a crappy creatures roster. Like, no joke. You know, so I can understand why the game is dead. I can understand it, because who's going to want to play as those crappy characters? Like, really? You know, and I'm not trying to bash the devs or nothing, but it's like, you know, at the same time, I always wondered, what the hell were they thinking when they made the list of creatures? Most of those creatures are literally from just Resident Evil 7, like literally. You know, and then there's like one of them that's from Village. You know, it's like, you know, what the hell's the point? Like honestly, you know, I could, to be honest with you, if you was going to make a roster like that, this is what I'm going to say. Nemesis, you did good on. The other one you should have put in, it's literally Reverse that came with RE Village. Putting Lady D in the game would have made so much sense. It would have made so much sense, you know, for her to be a villain that you could play as to take down the Survivors. It literally, that would have been perfect, you know, because it literally came with Village. You know, some people say Jack Baker was good. Like I said, I hate Resident Evil 7. I think it's one of the worst Resident Evils in history. That's just my opinion. But Village was a lot better than 7, even though Village is a continuation. But yeah, like the thing too, like, you know, like I said, Lady D, the second one. The third one, obviously Mr. X. Mr. X would have been perfect for this. You know, and then another one that would have been good would have been the clone of Claire, not Claire, but of Ada Wong. Ada Wong's clone. That would have been really good too, in my opinion. And my last one, of course, I'm gonna name Wesker or Wesker or William. That's what I'm gonna name, because any of those characters would have done, you know, for a whole full roster of like creatures and stuff. That would have been perfect, y'all. You know, but like, for some reason the dev team, I don't know what the heck they were thinking when they was making that roster. I don't even know, but I can see why the game is dead. Like, because nobody, that's the thing, nobody wants to play on the creature side. That's one reason why you hardly couldn't find a match, because everybody wanted to play Survivor. And you would sit there and you would have like all your Survivors ready and stuff, and then, you know, it's like, hey, you know, waiting to find a creature to go against, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, it's like, are we going to get into a match or what? You know, but like, yeah, I mean, the thing is that I think that's where they screwed up. I think they screwed up with the creature roster. That's what I honestly think. So.
どういうことでしょうか。チャンピオンやあの怪物が消え去りました。
I mean, like, are there any characters like that y'all would have seen in there that I didn't name? I mean,
命をかけてお伝えいたします。
yeah, it definitely was. Like honestly, I'm gonna put RE-verse up there with it is as bad as Operation Raccoon City. Like, believe it or not, every time, like, when it came out, almost 99% of the time, I heard this all throughout when the game came out. They had the highest return rate for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Like, every Resident Evil fan, I hate that game. I mean, I'm sure there's like a couple of people that are like, hey, you know, they like it and stuff, but yeah, it got a very high return rate. Every time I'd go in a pawn shop, they would have several copies of it. GameStop, several copies of it, and they couldn't sell them either. That's the thing, they could not sell these copies. You know, like they would just keep stacking up. Like I remember my pawn shop was like, you know, we can't sell these copies because nobody wants them. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, the game did pretty bad, you know. Yeah, it was that bad. Like, it was that bad. Like, you would have thought that, like, that game was, like, woke or something. Like, like that's how bad the reviews and the return rate was on that game. Like, it was really bad. And, you know, I was like, well, gosh, you know, what could be so bad about it? Like, what's the like problem? So it was like, you know, they put it like on PS Now back when it was like, you know, PS Now was not inside PlayStation Plus, and I had played a little bit of it on there, and let me tell you, I understand why it had that kind of rate of return, because the story, it wasn't even just the story, the game mechanics, the way to shoot, all of it was absolute dog crap. Like, it was crap. Like, that has gone down as the worst Resident Evil game in history, along with, like, Dark Side Chronicles. Like, those two there have been really bad. Like, and I think Umbrella Corp, got really bad reviews too, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing is all three of those games is on PS3. So it's like, you know, yeah, 3 Resident Evil games on one console got that kind of bad of, it just didn't do good. And, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why, you know, they would make those games if they knew they wasn't going to do good. I don't know what was going on with, like, the game mechanics or stuff. But it was bad. Like, nobody wanted them. Like, I don't know, it was just really weird. Like, you remember that? Yeah. It was, and it was kind of shocking too, but to see, like, you know, like a Resident Evil game, like, do that bad, and yeah, I know it did bad in Japan too, and that's what I'm saying. If a Resident Evil game does bad in Japan and everywhere else, like, that is bad, like. But, like, I know a lot of people, honestly, don't like, Resident Evil 6. And I don't understand why. I mean, it's not my favorite. But, like, you know, it's not that bad. Like, you know, people's complaining, like, oh, well, it's not action enough, you know, like, it's not horror enough, my bad. They're like, oh, it's not horror enough. And it's like, you know, technically Resident Evil is not horror. I mean, some people would consider it that, but in a sense, technically it's action more than anything. Like, you know, it's guns blazing, all that kind of stuff, fighting, stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, that's more action than horror, you know. So I don't know what people's on when they talk about that. I mean, I guess they're thinking the zombie part's horror. I mean, just because something's got zombies in it don't mean it's horror. Like, I mean, I like a movie called Shaun of the Dead, and it's a comedy movie that's a zombie movie. It's not a horror film, you know? So it's like, I don't know, it's really weird how, like, some people think on stuff like that, yeah, I don't know, it's weird, like, they didn't do too good, those three that I named, and I've played a little bit of all three of them, and I can tell you now why they got the return rate. I can understand why nobody really likes them much. But as far as 6 goes, you know, I thought it was pretty good, you know. Obviously not the best. I mean, the best Resident Evil, in my opinion, not counting the remakes, I would honestly say it's a tie between Revelations 2 and Resident Evil 5. You know, those two were really cool games. They were really cool, and RE5 was pretty cool. I really thought it was really cool, like how, you know, it took the story like to Africa. I thought that was really cool because, you know, you don't really see a lot of zombie stuff, you know, that takes place in Africa. I get that the game is controversial for some of these weirdos that, you know, want to cry things all the time, but, you know, it's a zombie game, you know, what they look like does not matter. They're zombies, they are dead, nothing else matters but that, you know, like, but, yeah, I thought the game was really cool, you know, and like, you know, Sheva, she's pretty hot, like, I'm not gonna lie, she's pretty hot, like, especially if you get like that office outfit for her, in RE5, yeah, she can fill that out really good. Not gonna lie, you know, she looks good in that, but yeah, I mean, I hope that they do the remake of 5, and apparently Resident Evil 9 is coming, so we'll have to see. I know they're re-releasing Resident Evil 6 on the PS5, and I don't really understand why. Like, there's no, and it's not a remake either. It's just kind of like a remastered kind of thing. Like, it's like, you already did that for the PS4, so why do it again? I don't know. I mean, I probably won't buy it. I mean, I possibly might buy it for like the trigger effects on the PlayStation 5, but that would be the only reason why. You know, like, I wouldn't have any other reason why, because it's like, you know, I have the PS4 version on disc, so it's like, hey, you know, I could just pop a disc in, bam, you know, but, agreed. Yeah, yeah, I mean, what's everybody else's, favorite, like, RE game on here? I might actually stream some RE sometime, actually. You've only owned RE6. Nice. I mean, RE6 is good, man. Like, I don't understand the hate that it gets. Like, it's not a terrible game. You know, it... RE2 remake. Yeah, that was a good one, too. Mine is... And I'll tell you another thing, like, it's just, a lot of people did not like the 3 remake, and the reason why is because, believe it or not, they actually cut over 6 hours of gameplay from the original game on PlayStation 1. Like, literally cut 6 hours out of the game in the remake. You know, so it's like the game itself, now that you've took that out, it only clocks in to like 7 hours. Like if you're playing it like on speed run. You know, I don't do speed runs, so that's just not for me. I don't get the point of it. You know, it's like, congratulations, you whizzed through a game and you didn't even enjoy it. You know, congratulations. But I like taking my time with games. Like, it took me like 8-9 hours to beat it because I took my time with it. But yeah, it clocks in at like 7 hours gameplay, you know, and it's like, you know, that would have been cool if they had kept the whole thing in. That was my problem with it, but other than that, great. It was great. But yeah, I wish we could have got those other 6 hours. That would have been great. But I've seen you post, Cherry, your favorite is Rev 1 and 2. Yeah, those are really good. Rev 2 is my favorite out of the two you named, because there's a mode on Rev 2 that I honestly really wish they would make like a full Resident Evil game like this. And it's like, you know, the Natalia DLC on Rev 2. It's like, you know, when I played that DLC, that's probably the scariest I've ever seen Resident Evil. Literally, that's the scariest I've ever seen it. And, you know, because it's like, you know, it's not zombies that you're going against. It's these other type of creatures you're going against, like in Revelations. And, you know, it's like those creatures kind of look scary. They kind of do, you know, because they got these blades and crap, and you know, but the object of the DLC is you do not have a gun. You can't shoot because you're literally a child. Like, you know, you're literally like, I think Natalia's like 12, 13, I think. But yeah, it's her and her clone. You know, they have to sneak. Well, the Dark Natalia, she can do whatever she wants and they won't even attack her. But she helps the non-clone Natalia sneak past and stuff like that. It's like, I would love to see an entire Resident Evil game to where you just do nothing but sneak. Like, I would honestly like that, because, you know, call me crazy if you want, but it was like, you know, if you play the DLC, you'll probably see my reason why. Because, like, you know, I saw that it was going to be sneak, and I was like, oh man, this is not going to be really that great at all. And I found myself not able to put it down, like the DLC. I found myself not able to put it down. And, like, I was just having so much fun with it. Like, you know, and, the DLC, like, it's probably one of the best Resident Evil DLCs to date, in my personal opinion. Because if you have another opinion, that's fine, you know, but it's like, in my personal opinion, that's how I feel about it. Because the fact that you have to sneak past these monsters instead of just, you know, going in, guns blazing, stuff like that, you know, it makes the story more terrifying. Because it's like, if they catch you, you're dead. You know, obviously, if you run out of ammo or they come up and hit you like that, yeah, you're dead. Obviously, that's a given. So, I mean, but it's different with the sneak one, though. It's different with the Natalia DLC. And it's like, plus there's like this creepy bear in the DLC, like really creepy bear. Like honestly, like Freddy Fazbear's got nothing on this bear. Like literally, in my personal opinion. But the way that it talks, the soundtrack to it is perfect. Yeah, if you've not played that, go play it. I recommend it. You love it too? Yeah, it's really good DLC. Like, I will say though this, I'll say, this is what I'll say. I will say that it is probably the second best RE DLC, not including the remakes, like 2, 3, and 4, not including those. My personal opinion, though, the best RE DLC was Shadows of Rose from RE8 Village. That's my honest opinion. So, I mean, that DLC there was, wow. That was a good DLC. Like, I'd like, honestly, when it comes to RE Village, like, the Shadows of Rose DLC is the best part on it. I guess you could call me biased because I think Rose is really attractive. But, another thing, like, when you're doing the DLC and stuff, not the DLC, but the story, my bad. When you're doing the story, it's like, the thing that I had the problem with on it is like, I like it up until after you beat Lady D. After you beat Lady D, the story, I mean, I don't know, it just kind of falls off in my opinion. And the thing is too, is like with RE Village, it's like, you got Lady D like roaming the castle, chase after you, stuff like that. They tried to like mimic what they did in RE2 with Mr. X following you. And it's like, when you're playing the RE2 remake and Mr. X is following you, it's like, hey, that's scary as heck, man. That is scary. But it's like, you got Lady D following you, and it's like you got two types of people when it comes to this. You got the ones who are like, yeah, this is not scary at all. This is a failed attempt at trying to make it scary like they made Mr. X. And then you got the second group of guys who are like, all I want to do is just smash. So it's like, that's the two groups of people you got when now I mean, if you're not in that group, I mean, obviously, I guess you're just playing the game for whatever, but, I'm just saying, like, there's two types of people. It's like, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think Lady D's hot. I don't. I never really got what, I mean, yeah, sure, she's like a mommy type or whatever, but it's like, why would I want to? She's just too bad. Like no, because number one, it's like, I feel like with Lady D, they tried to rip Freddy Krueger off. That's what I'm thinking, because it's like her blades that come out of her hand, look, that's got Freddy Krueger written all over it, like literally, So it's like, I thought that was kind of a good, I guess inspiration, I guess is what they had. I don't know, but like, I don't know, like, it just wasn't scary. It just wasn't. Like, you know, like, I found it more agitating than anything. Like, you know, with her going through and, you know, I found that kind of pretty agitating. Because it's like, you know, hey, I'm trying to collect all the items I can, and here I got this dang tall vampire woman just following me, you know, wanting to kill me and whatnot, and it's like, man, look, this is annoying. Like, this is annoying. But, you know, the boss battle with her was really fun, obviously, you know, but, after that, like, the game just, it falls off to me. You know, I mean, I'm not a fan of it afterwards. Like, if I was going to replay Village, I would, you know, which is when I do replay it, I only play up until the point till after I've beat Lady D, and then I'll go, like, literally go right back to Shadows of Rose. Literally. You know, so it's like, I don't know, like, because, like, you know, but, like, the best thing about Resident Evil Village, like, is, not only Rose, but, like, you know, I'm talking about, like, main story, is, like, you know, the Lady D whole thing with her and, like, the daughters and all that, that was fun. That was fun, but after that, the game should have ended. That's my honest opinion. The game should have ended. Because, I mean, yeah, there's things that the game answers after that, but it's like, you know, you could have kind of saved that for, like, you know, maybe like a DLC or something, because it's like, you know, Lady D, they advertised the hell out of Lady D for RE Village, and it's like, you know, if you look at her, you're like, oh yeah, that's the final boss of the game, obviously. No, it's not. It's actually one of the first bosses you go against, and it's like, you know, that it's weird. Like, it doesn't make sense why they made her like that, because it's like you beat her daughters, and then you beat her, and then it's like you go on to the next part of the story, and it's like, yeah, the story should have ended here, you know, like, but what they really should have done is they should have swapped it. If they were going to add it to the story, they should have swapped the stuff after Lady D, like, with, and put it in front of the Lady D, and then it would be all that other stuff, you know, then Lady D and all of them would come in, the daughters, Lady D would be the final boss, so on and so forth. That's how it really should have been, in my personal opinion, you know, and if I was going to do it, that's how I would do it. But it's like, you know, I guess they had other plans, you know, that's their game, so, but, yeah, that's honestly what would have made more sense to me. But, yeah, it's like, you know, the Lady D thing was just not scary. It just wasn't. Like I said before, I found myself getting very annoyed at the fact that, like, oh, yep, I'm going through a door, and I'm going through 2 rooms, right? And then, oh, there's an item to pick up, and then she's already there. And it's like, you know, man, this is annoying as hell. Like, this is annoying. You know, I don't know. It's just, I guess if it had some, like, her daughters, honestly, are scarier than her. Like, that's honestly what I'm going to say. Like, and honestly, like, in all honesty, her daughters are even hotter than her. Like, that's what I'm going to say. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm literally going to say that. Like, I don't know. I don't see the fascination with, you know, a lot of guys liking Lady D. I mean, it's whatever. I guess, you know, they think she would be some sort of, like, type of Dommy mommy or something. I guess that's why. I mean, yeah, that stuff's cool and all, but it's like, no, you know, Lady D, yeah, she'll tie you down, all right, but yeah, she's gonna kill you when she does. So it's like, yeah, it's like, yep, no, thank you. But like, yeah, I don't really care for Lady D as a character. I mean, when she came out, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, but it's like, you know, the way she acts in the story though is like, I don't know, like, I just don't like it. Like I said, I like her daughters more than her. I found their boss fights more fun than hers. Like, I don't know, like the Lady D fight too, like, it was so easy. Like, so easy, and like, I don't understand that. Like it was almost like it was made for like newcomers. You know, like that's literally how easy that fight was, and it's like, you know, I don't want like a boss like that in RE that's like, you know, easy to take down and, you know, stuff like that. Like, nah, I don't want that crap. Like, her daughters honestly were harder than her. Like that's honestly what I'm gonna say, and they wasn't even hard. Like, but like, I had more of a challenge with them than I did with her, you know, and I don't know, I guess I'm just a Lady D hater, but no, I don't, so if any of y'all do play the game, you know, I'm gonna tell you now that, after the Lady D fight, the story does go downhill, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it answers questions and stuff, you know, to Ethan's story, but it's like, in my personal opinion, Ethan is literally the worst RE protagonist of all time. Like, he is the worst. Like, his character is very bland, you know, he doesn't have that much of a personality, like, and I don't know, it kind of feels boring to play as him, so to say. Like, there's not really, you know, much dialogue with him as there should be, and it's like, yeah, you know, I'm not interested. Like, Resident Evil 7, I played like maybe 50 minutes of it, 45, 50 minutes of it, and it was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, because it was like so different, and I don't know, I think the aspect of like the whole thing with the mold, I don't know, it's kind of dumb. Like, I get that it kind of does fit into the story, like the lore and all that, but it's like, mold? Really? Like, I don't know, like, I felt like that was kind of like lazy writing. That's just my opinion, though. But if you like it, hey, I'm glad you like it, you know. But you know, as for me though, I just didn't care for 7. You know, I know Sherry, you said you didn't either, you know. But it's like, you know, the thing with 7 was, it's like, you know, it's more so of like a gore fest, like, cause it's like, you know, like Mia like gets taken over by like some mold or Jack or something. I don't even know, like, cause I don't play the game, but she got taken over by something, but whatever, you know, but like, she like literally cuts like Ethan's like hand or arm off. I think it was his hand with a freaking chainsaw. Like, you know, it's like really, like, that's just stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's just kind of dumb. Like, you know, because like, it was kind of like in the Resident Evil 7, like it had Texas Chainsaw Massacre written all over it. Like, literally all over it. Because, like, the whole thing with, like, the incest family that, like, is eating, like, all these dead parts and stuff.